All right, welcome to Street to Track. So if you want to know a little bit more about what I'm doing on this channel, then please check my intro video somewhere. It should be on my channel in a link in the description. But at the moment, you're here for a BMW 1 Series review, so let's go check it out. So at the moment, we've got a BMW 118i Shadow Edition. Shadow Edition has just got some little kind of like extra pieces inside and out, but we'll go through those one by one. I'll go through the outside of the car, tell you what I think, and then we'll go on the inside of the car, tell you what I think, go for a drive, tell you what I think, and then give you an overall review. So, front of the car, I love the headlights. I think the black grille, especially at the front, it makes the car pop if you have a white car. Not sure about the other ones, but this current makeup, I kind of like it. Very, very nice. If we kind of move around to the side of the car, I think especially this little line on the side, which you might be able to see quite clearly in the video because it's in the sunshine, it definitely gives the car a much sportier look. And when it's clean, it's got like a little bit of a shadow underneath. So it just gives that like BMW effect, if you know, that's a thing. I also think the brake calipers being blue, which is a Shadow Edition thing, I think it's probably the only thing you get with the Shadow Edition on the outside. I think that looks very cool. And I think it complements the car and the BMW badge and the little M Sport badges there. Alloys look clean when they are clean, but when they're dirty, they look a bit all over the place. But again, overall, I think the front side of the car, exceptional. I really like the look of them. But now let's go to the back of the car, because this is where I'm kind of 50-50. The back of the car, everybody else seems to like the rear lights. Me personally, I'm not a fan, and I really don't like the plastic thing at the bottom. I don't know why it's plastic. I don't know why it's a different color. It doesn't give that carbon fiber effect, but some people like it. I just don't. The single exhaust as well, I'd love a double exhaust, but I don't have an M135 or M140. So a single exhaust looks okay, I suppose. It's the best that they can manage with what they've got. But overall, the outside of the vehicle, I would say it's a very good looking car, especially at night. For some reason, especially the white color, at night with the tinted windows, again, I haven't done any modifications to the car, but the front is tinted for some reason. I don't know if that's a Shadow Edition thing, I'm not sure. But at night, this car looks amazing. But anyway, let's circle around, and what we'll do is we'll look at the inside of the vehicle and give you my opinion on that. All right, so from the inside of the car, it does feel very BMW. It's quite simplistic. Again, with the Shadow Edition, you got the Harman and Kardon sound system, which I've tested, and it's not really that good, I'll be honest with you. Steering wheel, it looks okay if this is all you've driven. I think the wheel itself, it's got these like thumb indents and that's it. But the wheel itself just looks very basic. But the buttons are cool. The BMW badge and this little silver indent stuff is very cool as well. I actually really like the dash. So if I turn on the car, obviously excuse all the lights, it's a BMW. So, and petrol's a little bit low. But in terms of the dashboard, it looks like a digital dash, but it's actually just got white lights and there's a couple dials in the back. There's a digital section at the bottom here, but that's about it. We'll probably zoom in so you can see it a bit better on screen. Infotainment has to be terrible, I'll be honest with you. I personally don't like it. I don't think it's I just don't think it offers much. And software gets updated so frequently, and they BMW are doing this thing where you probably have to pay for an update or something. I have no idea, but it doesn't look great. And then if I also look at this center console, this is probably the most annoying thing. If it's the only one you've had before, then it's probably all right, but it's very plasticky. It doesn't have a nice little click to it like some of my previous cars, so check out my intro if you don't know what that is. So overall, I'd give the interior, because I like character personally, I wouldn't give it the best review in the world. I don't really like it, I'm being honest with you. All right, so let's see if we can have a bit of fun in this car. So currently in sport mode on some side roads in the middle of nowhere. You can see I've got some dials on the screen, which you can do. But all sport mode does is it pretty much just tightens up the steering, so it makes the steering feel a little bit heavier, and your throttle response is much better, to be honest with you. But you don't get a lot more power in the vehicle. You get a little bit more. I don't know what it does, but you get a little bit more, but it's definitely not as much as you'd like. And when it comes to kind of floor in the car, you still won't get much of a push out of corners or anything like that, in my personal opinion. Maybe because it's the weight of the car, I'm not too sure. But let's get onto a nice and empty B road or middle of nowhere road and see if we can kind of have some fun. Quick 0 to 60 as well, just to kind of show what this car can do. All right, let me go 0, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, clutch is a bit high, apologies. And I'm still not at 60. That's 60. 60 into a corner. That's quite fun actually. So not too fast. And now I really need to top up the petrol. Yeah, in terms of in comfort mode, it's relatively comfortable. It's a bit bigger than usual cars, so it takes bumps a little bit better in my opinion. And like I did have an issue, I thought I would have an issue with, because everything I've owned that's had skinny wheels has been quite uncomfortable to drive around bumpy areas and stuff like that. But this doesn't seem to have that issue. So I suppose that's a positive. Also, I think in and around city areas, it's a little bit too big for no good reason. So like it can be difficult to get into tight spaces or find like parking where the car fits in central London, for example, whereas like a regular hatchback probably would have done the job a little bit better. But overall, it's just bang on normal. Like there's nothing special that makes this stand out as a city car or an A to B car. It's just a very average car. So yeah. All right, so in terms of my overall review, as somebody who values excitement and character and fun, I would give it a 4 out of 10. I think the car just can't do as much as anybody would want it to do. Like it's a 3-cylinder, so if you really, really push it hard to the point of potentially breaking some bits on it, you might have a bit of fun. But otherwise, it's just very steady, it's very stable. And it's just a good A to B car that looks very nice. So for me, I'd give it a 4. But I will say this: if this was my first car, I think I'd give it like a 8 or 9 out of 10, because it's got just enough power for when you're starting out to kind of have a little bit of fun, relatively safely as well. It's rear wheel drive, so if it's really wet or it's really icy, you might be able to skid it about a bit. And I think it's just got enough space for like if you want to take the guys out on like a trip or something like that. But also, I just think it looks very nice. So everybody will kind of compliment you on it, which people have done already, but it's just not exciting to drive. So probably for a first-time buyer or first-time driver, sorry, 8 or 9 out of 10. For me, 4 out of 10. And yeah, let me know if you agree in the comments below. But yeah, that's my solid opinion. Appreciate watching.